Chris Angel's with us this morning. I think I first met Chris several years ago when I was kind of steered in that direction, looking for purchasing a pre-owned car, and someone suggested checking with a credit union. And Chris is with Mountain Credit Union right there in Fletcher. And I guess the first question, Chris, what's the difference between a bank and a credit union?
Well, first of all, I want to say I'm not here to project any negativity towards any other financial institution by any means, but I want your listeners to know that, credit unions may give them an option that they haven't previously thought of, or they may have not even been aware was available to them. So, but to answer your question, credit unions are not-for-profit financial cooperatives. Some might think of a co-op like their electrical co-op or something like that, but we exist to serve our members, not to make a profit. So unlike most financial institutions, credit unions don't issue stock or pay dividends to outside stockholders. Instead, the earnings are returned to our members in the form of lower rates, higher interest on deposits, as well as lower and fewer fees. And we're always governed by a board of directors that's elected by and from the membership. So these board members serve as volunteers, and they don't get paid anything for their service, so that saves an expense to the credit union members.
Now, what's the most common misconception about joining a credit union?
Personally, I think that when people hear the words credit union, maybe because of the word union, they think they're not eligible to join. Even the words join and member can seem like it's too exclusive and only open to certain individuals. I've heard someone say before that we're not like the gym membership that you pay for every month but never go to. I know that kind of hits home for some of us. But anyway, while some credit unions still restrict their membership to certain people, most people within the sound of our voice today are eligible to join a credit union. It's just a matter of doing a little research to find out or find one that's open to them.
All right.
You can qualify through your employer, through organizational affiliations like churches or social groups, or a community chartered credit union, which is the case for Mountain Credit Union. We're actually open to anyone who lives, works, worships, or attends school. Right now it's 6 Western North Carolina counties, including Henderson, and we're looking to expand that a little bit here in the near future.
Now, I know in your case, I think you open a $25 account, but you keep that $25.
Yes.
We're not paying $25.
Right. That $25 is the initial deposit. It stays in your savings account at all times. That's what makes you a member of the credit union. If you ever decided that you wanted to close your account for any reason, you do get that money back, so it's not a fee.
All right. Now, do you guys have things like ATMs and online banking and free checking at a credit union?
Yes, actually we do. Most credit unions offer the same services, and in some cases may even be ahead of other financial institutions when it comes to technology. The smaller size usually lends itself to being able to experiment or try new things. We offer online access with bill payer, telephone access, ATM cards. We offer ways to get free checking. We even have a rewards checking program right now that's paying. Right now, it's a little more than 4% on the interest rate on the checking account, and right now I know the other investments that's unheard of. Yeah, we also offer auto loans with rates starting as low as 3.75, and you can even request credit union financing at some of the local auto dealerships. Local ones in Henderson County, I know, Hunter Automotive, Mack Easler Ford, Boyd Cadillac. You just have to go in and say, hey, I want my financing through Mountain Credit Union, and they can do everything right there on the spot for you.
What about programs for young folks?
We actually do a lot for young people. We take our community educational role seriously. We create opportunities to educate and serve young people and their families. Mountain Credit Union, for example, spends time at local schools. We educate children on ways to be financially responsible. We also provide tools to our members who may be struggling financially or who may have been turned down for loans in the past. We offer ways to get back on track and improve your credit scores. And now, more than ever, credit scores mean a lot more than they ever have as far as our daily lives are concerned.
Now, are credit unions involved in the local community organizations and charitable events?
Because credit unions exist to help people, not make a profit. As I said, our goal is to serve all of the members well. Every member counts. Our members are fiercely loyal for this reason, and they know their credit union will be there for them in bad times as well as good. The same people first philosophy causes credit unions and our employees to get involved in community activities, chambers of commerce, business associations, and we do charities like Toys for Tots, the National MS Society, Evelyn Charities. That's just a few off the top of my head.
And you guys have sponsored Motorama the past 2 years as well.
That's right.
All right. What about credit unions with the economy the way it's been in the financial crisis that we've trying to come through here? How have you guys been affected by that?
Well, we've all been affected in some ways by the economic downturn over the past year or two, but credit unions, we've remained very well capitalized. We're not a major player in the subprime mortgage lending industry. Credit unions don't get bailed out by the federal government. We've all stuck together as an industry, and we've been willing to step in and help each other out when we've found ourselves in tough times. We've been very careful with our members' money, don't make risky investments, and we continue to have funds available for lending. We're looking for loans to make these days, whereas other people have kind of cut back. We've stuck to our guidelines and always made sound decisions for our loans. So we really, we're still out there, still making an effort.
What about folks that have accounts there? Are those accounts federally insured?
Oh, yes. Any account at a credit union is federally insured up to $250,000 by the National Credit Union Administration, or NCUA. The NCUA works for credit unions exactly the same way that FDIC works for a bank. You hear that a lot on TV and radio, but they're virtually the same type of federal agency. And I have to point out that nobody has ever lost any money that they've ever had in a credit union. You can find more information on that at www.ncua.gov, if I can give them a plug.
Where can folks get more information about joining a credit union? And be sure and tell us where you guys are located.
Okay. There's several ways to find out where you can join online. You can go into your search engine and just search for the phrase Find a Credit Union. Or there's findacreditunion.com. A lot of these sites will allow you to look up a credit union by zip code, or by town, or by your employment affiliation, things like that. Of course, you can check out my credit union's website. It's mountaincu.org. Or you can give us a call. Our number is 684-9999. We're at 5010 Hendersonville Road in Fletcher, right across the street from the entrance to Arvin Meritor. Right. So I think, once folks find a credit union and try it for themselves, I think they'll be happy with the experience. If I can, just real quick sum up everything. Personally, before I began working at Mountain Credit Union, I didn't know much about credit unions either, but for the past 9 years that I've been with Mountain Credit Union, credit unions become a major part of my personal life. I feel very strongly about the members we serve and what we stand for, and getting our message out. So I'm always there at that number to answer questions if anybody has
Chris Angel, thanks for being with us. Billy, see if you can make it between here and Transylvania County in the next few minutes.
We're going. Yep.
All right. Thanks for being with us, fellas.
If you'd like to be on Community News